In this video today we are taking a look at a knife or a knife brand I thought I'd never get a folder or buy a folder of. And it is actually not WeKnife, I'm just using the WeKnife case. But the knife is still made by WeKnife, sort of. Today we are taking a look at the Civivi Elementum. This is not a new knife or a new design or anything. It's been out for some time, and I've been told that it's probably the most popular model made by Civivi. And the reason why I never got into this or these models or this specific sub-brand of WeKnife is because this may sound strange, but that is because I love the knives made by WeKnife, or I love many of their knives and their designs. And I thought that it was maybe, wasting resources or whatever, making a budget line with lesser grade materials, etc. So I kind of wanted them to just keep producing high-end or semi-high-end and folders. But a while ago I felt like, well, I do love WeKnife and they make excellent products. Maybe they can actually make something good using lesser grade materials. So I did some small research and found out that the Elementum is probably the one to go with or to start with, and that is why I included it in my latest large batch of folders. Here it is, the Civivi Elementum. First impression? Well, it looks kind of nice, actually. I mean, it may be a simple design. There's no titanium, no carbon fiber, etc. But it does have a nice, sleek look at it, or to it. Feels good. There were a ton of different handle materials to pick from. I went with green micarta, or like a semi-dark green micarta, which I find to be a very nice looking material, and also like the texture of this specific micarta. So let's flip it open. And that's the thing, when I first flipped this one open, it felt great. The flipping action was really, really nice. Excellent flipping action. And the closing action wasn't bad either. Felt really nice opening. Felt pretty good closing as well. No, hiccups, no getting stuck or anything. Uncomplicated, smooth flipping action. That gave me a really good first impression of the knife. The blade design is not a complicated blade design in any way. A kind of simple drop point design, which is also a very versatile and useful design. So I can see why this one is one of the more popular ones from Civivi. And the handle, ergos, this is a really, really comfortable knife. Full 4-finger grip, size 10 in gloves, semi-large hands. Really nice handle comfort. And when looking here at the pocket clip, when I first got this knife, I felt like, that could pose a potential problem. As you can see, it is protruding a bit here, but it's no sharp corners or edges. And in hand it just melts with my hand. I can't feel the pocket clip. I cannot feel it. I'm placing my thumb here. I feel the jimping on the spine. And the jimping is exactly the type of jimping that I like on my knives. Really, really good and comfortable grip. So as you can tell, my first impressions by this knife was, wow, this is a nice knife. I wish it had an M390 blade. But taking a look at the specs here, the blade steel on this one is D2. This is my first ever experience with D2, but I have read a lot about this steel to know that I kind of semi want to avoid it. It has not a very good corrosion resistance and probably not the best edge retention either. But hopefully it will be a blade that is easy to sharpen when it becomes dull. Or you can, as always, try to maintain it after some use, so it doesn't become completely dull. But the D2 steel is, well, I can't say I'm you know, super excited about it. It will be interesting testing it out, but it's not a steel that I feel super happy about. I wouldn't mind if you know, Lamnia could make an, or if they could make like an exclusive version of this with, well, some other type of steel, like, I don't know, CPM S35VN or something a bit more corrosion resistant with a bit more edge retention to it. But I mean, I haven't really tried this blade steel yet, so I shouldn't sit here and say that it is the worst, because it might still be quite, you know, functional at that. Anyway, the total length here of this one is 177 millimeters with a blade length of 75 millimeters. The closed length of this one is 102 millimeters. So it's not a super large knife, but it's not super small either. So it's a, you know, a good size somewhere in between compared to the rest of my folders. The blade thickness here is 3 millimeters. So it's not super thick, it's not super thin, somewhere in between. And the hand, this is my micarta, right? I think they offer, I'd say that this is green micarta, but I do believe they offer a wide variety of micarta in different colors and G10 in different colors. They also offer some wooden scales, I believe. I'm not sure which type of wood, but there are a few different. And blade finishes, I do believe that satin is perhaps the only blade finish. Maybe they do have it in some type of Damascus, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, there is a lot of different handle materials to pick from, or at least colors. So it is obviously, it is a flipper, as you can see. The flipping action is smooth, as I've already said, and the locking mechanism is a liner lock with a lockup of around, I'd say, 15-20-ish%, something like that. There is no blade play. That was one of those things that I was a bit worried about, given, you know, how relatively cheap this knife is. If the fit and finish wouldn't be 100%, but there is no blade play. There is no lock stick, and the blade centering, if we can get the focus going here, the blade centering is, yeah, more or less 100%. So, given how cheap this knife is compared to a lot of others, you still get a lot of you know, good details, fit and finish, etc. And I mean, of course, you can cut a lot of the price away when using D2 blade steel and other materials than, you know, titanium or carbon fiber, etc. So it is a basic, kind of a basic model, basic design, but they did a pretty astonishing job with it. I mean, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I mean, that's how I work. So, but I will have to give this one a test run now and see how it performs in a variety of tasks. But I will say that my first impressions are surprisingly good. I'm I'm a bit surprised I'm making this tabletop review here and saying what I'm saying, but like I said, credit where credit's due. I can't ignore the work that went into this, the design and the fit and finish, But I will still say that I wish they could make this exact knife in another blade steel. That would be extremely nice. I mean, if I could get this one in M390, I can, I don't have a problem with this helmet here. It doesn't have to be carbon fiber or anything. Carbon fiber is nice. I mean, I wouldn't say no to carbon fiber and M390. Hell, that would be really nice. But right now this is what it is. I mean, this is a Civivi exclusive, so I'm not sure if we will see this one in another version, maybe branded V knife. But if you are looking for a cheaper, more affordable, budget-friendly knife, flipper with great action, detent, etc., then this could be it. That much I can say. But the steel D2, if you read up on D2, you're gonna read a lot of different comments about its properties and characteristics, etc. But maybe I should make an update video in a week or two when I have given this one some actual time of real practical use. But my first impression is a good one. That much I can say. We could probably test, the sharpness. I mean, we always do sharpness tests. I can see that the battery here on my camera is running a bit low, but hopefully there is enough time to slice a page or two, if we can find one page. Maybe we can't. Oh, I think I have one page left in this entire magazine. So let's go with it before the camera says goodbye. Nice clean cut. So I hope you can see that this knife is it is sharp. This page was a bit messed up, but yeah, it is a sharp knife. Yeah, it is super sharp. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, maybe I will admit that I was probably too fast to judge this brand and this knife, and I should probably have known that, since it is the creators of V knife, that they would make something fairly good. So, I mean, I stand corrected. I will give it a go in real life, practical use now, but I stand corrected. I was too fast to judge this knife and this brand, so yeah.